Hello again, everyone. DreadBC. I have a deck that we have seen already once, but this is the third iteration of Storm. It's for some reason not showing up there. But yeah, this is the Thousand Year Storm deck. Let me see if this... There we go. Okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. This is the Thousand Year Storm deck that we've seen before with a few pretty good changes, I'd say. Took out some of the draw spells, or some of the spells that we had in the previous versions. I can't remember exactly what was removed. I know that the number 2 version that I made that was going a little more control-y with it, that ran Rowls and a little bit of ramp in the form of the lockets, was a bit less consistent. So this time, we're going with cheaper spells. 4 Ops, 3 Crash Throughs, 3 Warlord's Fury for our dirt cheap draw spells. And we are also running 3 Radical Ideas, we are running 2 Tormenting Voices, and we are running the Radical Ideas for a couple of reasons. One, it is technically 2 cards for 2. You draw 1, then you draw again and discard 1, so it costs you 2 cards, it draws you 2 cards, but it's also a really good one to discard for Tormenting Voice. So Tormenting Voice, discard Radical Idea, you can still cast this card the next turn, or whenever you need to. The another great addition that I didn't even know existed until I saw it on an Arena Boys video, Pirate's Prize. This is the exact same thing as Pirate's Pillage. Well, this is nearly the same thing as Pirate's Pillage. It generates 1 less treasure, but it also costs you 1 less card to do so. So this is strictly a ramp, and it just draws you cards. This one costs you 2 cards, but it ramps you twice as well, or twice as much. So they're kind of, this is one you can cast before Thousand Year Storm. This is one I would only cast once I've actually hit a storm count. So most of the time, and I'll talk about the treasure map here in a second. Most of the time, when you have Storm on board, you've got 6 mana, which with any luck, you're able to cast at least 2 spells. If you have to run out of Shock just to get an extra spell out before you cast this, as opposed to casting like a Radical Idea or a Tormenting Voice, do it. You've got enough other ways to kill them. I mean, these are our kill conditions: 4 Shock, 4 Lightning Strike, that's it. Well, I take it back. You can also win with Explosion, and it's probably my favorite way to win. It's just the hardest to win with because it's so mana intensive to do that. If you want to do 2 damage to someone, it's going to cost you 6 mana. So, as opposed to Shock, which is 1 mana, deal 2. So the reason we went down on treasure maps was not because they weren't good. In fact, they were great with what we were trying to do. The problem is, if we used the treasures to cast Thousand Year Storm, we were then down to a minimum of 5 mana the next turn. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, which is why I left 2 in there. I didn't want to... I just took 1 out. I took 1 of those out for one of these Crash Throughs or Warlord's Furies. And it's working okay so far. I don't hate to see it. In fact, a turn 2 treasure map is never something I feel bad casting. When you flip it over and you start drawing cards off of that, it can really help smooth out your draws until you've got what you need. The biggest problem that this deck is having right now is, well, oddly enough, the lands are giving it trouble. I've got plenty of fixing. I might go up on a Guildgate at some point and go down on an island or a mountain. Probably a mountain, go down on that, because the last couple of games I've had mountains in opening hand, and I've drawn mountains and not had a blue source. And in a deck that has 15 blue sources, you'd think there was a really good chance you would draw one. That means 1 in 4 of your cards can generate blue mana. That's got to be pretty good, right? But I struggled with it a couple of times. But we're going to run it as is. I've already submitted the deck list, and we're going to do a constructed event. As you see, we are at 000. So let's see how it runs. This is the first constructed event I've run without it being Izzet Wizards or Mono White, so let's see how we do. If we do well, great, we can continue doing these. If not, well, you know, we learn. We live and learn. Okay, so I've got a turn 2 play and a turn 3 play. I can discard a Thousand Year Storm to a Radical Idea. Now, he's got Ajani as his dude. So, we do want to leave up the shock. We don't need to keep the shock in hand as a win con because we'll draw plenty. Okay, he's white so far. So obviously this turn the best play is to just Radical Idea because I don't care if he has a hasty guy on turn 2. He's blue-white. Let's see what else we're dealing with here. Radical Idea again. Got a negate? I bet you don't use a negate on that. Oh man, that's not what we want to see. Now ideal draws would be probably some red draw spells. Okay. This is clearly going to be a control deck. I'm going with probably Jeskai control that runs 4 of those main board. Maybe. It's hard to tell. So what we really have to do at this point... Well, let's do this. If he negates it, he negates it. Okay, that's what we needed. I think we're going to go ahead and just crash through. I am going to hold on to 2 of these. Okay. That's not awful. Is he just missing red mana? Or is he solid blue-white? Alright, we need to start hitting lands. That is not lands. Well... Get rid of a pirate's pillage. I hate to do it. He's really thinking about countering something, I bet. Okay. Enters tapped. We need to draw land, and we need him to tap his blue sources. He is Jeskai. I wonder what he's been missing this whole time. We're going to pass. He's sitting on double blue. There's no reason to try and do anything funky here. We can play this game all day. And that's why we do that. I believe we run 3 radical ideas, and I believe we have played 3 radical... No, that's only... Okay. It's getting to the point where he's going to resolve something with counter magic backup. So what we're going to do is we're going to run out the Thousand Year Storm into a counter spell and hope he taps out next turn. This is surely getting countered, probably ionized. Yeah, okay. You got us good. Now next year we hope to run out the Thousand Year Storm and not... Okay, well that's not happening then. Let's just keep hitting lands hopefully. Yes, resolve it please, that's why I threw it out there. No, we're not going to take that right now. We will take that. So this guy knows our game plan, which is not going to play well into our favor. I'm beginning to think a 1 of Banefire might be decent in this. Okay. So he's just going to discard into turn. Discarding Fight with Fire. Okay. Let's keep playing this game, buddy. So he's got to be able to... Okay, he can play Teferi now, or Ral, and then counter magic back up.
You're messing up my equation.
Okay. In response to that, let's go ahead and make him use an instant if he wants to keep him alive, because we're going to kill this thing into turn. Alright, we'll let him get his card. But I do think we want a lightning strike into turn, because I think we'll have enough shocks to do everything we need. Resolves. Okay. Ral down. He's sort of a 3-for-1 there. He drew an extra card and it cost us 2. Yeah. I suppose that's all we can really do right now. Let us... Explosion is an instant. We can do that end of turn if necessary. He's definitely holding open counter magics, right? Let's test his counter magics. Okay, maybe he doesn't have them. Okay, he did. We're done. I mean, what are you going to do? He's never going to not have counter magics, and he's just going to sit there and hold them. All he has to do is counter 4 spells, and it's game over. So, okay, not a good matchup. Jeskai, what are you going to do? It's normally good, but he played smart. He just never tapped anything, which made us sit there and just wait. I could have gone face with a couple of spells, but I was not going to win that game. Okay, this is not exciting, but it's not awful. I'd also like to point out the islands are drawn by my favorite magic artist, Chippy. If you have a chance, go back and look through some of his stuff. He knows his stuff. He does good work. Oh, wow, a Mulda 4? Ugh. I will never speak so ill as to say this is... Oh, a Mulda 4 and a bottom? Oh, jeez. And this is Dimir. Well, let's start rounding out our draws. Well, we've got land. Might actually cast a Pirate's Pillage before Storm. Okay. Well, we can do this too. We're going to have plenty of time. Okay, treasure map next turn. Yeah, I'll never say that someone going to 4 is an obvious victory for us. Ever. But I will just go ahead and... Okay, we'll leave that on top. That's fine. Let's just hope he doesn't hit us with a mill 1 card, because we do want to at least have 1 copy of that in hand. Oh gosh, poor fella. Yeah. I'm not going to run out of Pirate's Pillage. We're going to play this out. Okay. He's got magic, or he's got counter mana. Okay, disinformation campaign. Let's see what we're drawing, so we can determine whether or not we're going to... I'll leave that on top. I'll discard a Pirate's Pillage, I think. We'll do this. Crack this bad boy. We'll leave that right where it stands. We will use our tokens, our treasures. There's a blue, or there's a red. I don't know, it doesn't matter. We've got all the mana in the world. So unless he has a way to return this to hand, this game is going to be pretty in hand soon. We do need to draw a cheap spell or two. You can probably return it to my hand. I'm sure they run blink of an eye. That is not at all something I worry about in the slightest. So that's a good draw. 1, 2, 4. We still have 2 mana left over. That is unfortunate. We'll do this. Discarding the land. Okay. If I play the radical idea... Yeah, the only thing we can do at this point is to Pirate's Pillage now. I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Well... No, I can Radical Idea and then Pirate's Pillage for way more. I'm sorry, that was dumb. Yeah. Radical Idea. Twice. Alright, now we're banging on all cylinders. Pay the red. Tap it out. Discarding a mountain. Now this Warlord Sphere is going to draw us 4 more cards. This one's going to pretty well be in hand. What we're looking for now is... Oh, goodness. We actually need another Pirate's spell. Pirate's Prize would be okay. Pirate's Pillage would be better. Excuse me. Oh, dear. Okay, well, let's do it again. If the game stops lagging so I can not rope out here. Okay, we got it now. I don't like that the rope is counting my time while I'm sitting here waiting for it to do what it wants to do. Like, the game is doing what the game does on its own time. Alright. Tons of lightning strikes to the face. And we'll show him the next one and see if he scoops. Red. Green. To the face. And one there. Got him. So that is the name of the game. He mulled to 4. He was not going to win with a mull to 4, but like I said, as soon as I say that, we're screwed. Oh yeah, that was our pack win. Okay, we are 1-1. What we really want to do is get to at least 4 wins, so I can replace the gold that I spent. I've been having pretty good luck with this deck. It's been, I mean, with this much draw, consistency is pretty solid. I mean, you're never guaranteed to draw what you want to, ever. But this deck does pretty much everything it needs to most of the time. This is a great hand because it gives us plenty of cycles, lots of cantrips. So I think best case scenario, excuse me, would be to opt now. Okay, Pirates Pillage. We do want that, but we want land more. That is not land. Okay, we're going to be using a lot of our removal on these little dudes. This is quite clearly mono red. Yep, there's the Viashino. I'll take 1 this turn. But I am going to shock him in the turn. Or before, you know, he can do anything. I'll take the 1, I don't care. I mean, I care. Opt. 1,000-Year Storm. Oh god, I didn't mean to keep that. Okay, that might have been a misplay, but that's okay. Crash through. We need land. It's not a land. Not at all. In fact, we're going to crash through again because, or we're going to worry. Oh my goodness. This is what'll kill us. Because now he's got a, yeah, I knew the Chain Whirler was going to be coming down this turn. These mono red decks are freaking everywhere. Treasure map to smooth them out. Shock that. And then treasure map end of turn to find out what our draw is. I don't know that we have outs to this. I think his start was too good and ours was too bad. Yeah. I'll decline. You just keep drawing. You're too low on mana. This is going to hit your mana. That's fine. Wizard's Lightning 3 to face. Shock that in response. Do this in response. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Spicy stuff. That's what we need. Chain Whirler dies. We take 3 from him, but he dies. It's important. Sit. Well, do this now. Don't even pretend. Pirates Pillage. Oh, gosh. No. That's 2 of them we've put down there. This might be unwinnable now. That is such an important spell, but we cannot draw it without getting land. I don't think we can win, period. We basically have to draw. Shock. Oh yeah, we're done. We're done. There's no coming back. Well, that's the downside to playing this one. This is why I've already been working on a new version that runs white in it for Deafening Clarion. I think that might be a decent one to put in there. TX 420 Rain. Nothing would make me happier than to beat someone with 420 in their name. Seriously. How old are you? Detection Tower is not a threatening turn 1. We can opt here. But I'm going to do it into turn to see if we need to, like, hold on to a shock as opposed to burying it for something else. Okay, black. So far, mono black. So, not a whole lot of information there. We'll keep it. We need an island for sure. Okay. Crash through. There's an argument for treasure map there. It's probably a good idea, but I was hoping to hit a land or two before we... Or hoping to worry about... Sorry. Worrying about hitting our 1,000-year storm before we worried about that. Okay, so he's Golgari. So far. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, black-green saplings. This is one we just recently lost to, actually. We're going to do this. And then pass turn. Song of Freyalise is one we don't really want to see right now. Twilight Prophet I don't care about as much. I really don't. So, with that, yes. Attack for 2. Okay. Opt, for sure. Yes, it resolves. Radical idea I don't want. That I did. Now, this. Shock is staying. Because next turn, we've got 1,000-Year Storm, and then we'll have some 1-drops to play. Oh dear, 4, 7. He does not have the City's Blessing. He's attacking in for 4 next turn. I think... No reason to put a stop on upkeep here to treasure map during upkeep because we know what we're drawing and we know it's fine. Let's just hope we only take 4 this turn. Okay, we can deal with taking 4. Alright. Follow-up play? No follow-up play. Good news. Bloop. And we'll keep that right where it is. Okie dokie. Land. Storm. It's going to cost us 2 of these. Blue. Blue. If he has enchantment removal, we're going to be in a little bit of a pickle. Maybe a Vivian Reed, or just destroy target permanent with an Assassin's Trophy. It is not unlikely that they have those. However, it is possible that they would have used it on the treasure map when they had the chance. But then a treasure map is not exactly a threat either. I really do hope this makes it to our turn. If it does, I think we're okay. We probably can't win next turn. We've got to really get lucky on the draws. Sapling Migration does not bother me. It does enable your City's Blessing, but that dude's going to die. Okay, take 4. Okay, we need a Pirate's Prize. Okay. Start with a Warlord's Fury. I mean, that's a duh moment right there. Not what we wanted to see. So now, we can shock 1, 2, shock, copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a couple to face and clear the board. We can opt now. If we draw, we need to draw. And actually, I'm going to copy this. Copy the opt. Copy the opt. What we need is pirates. That's not pirate stuff. I'll keep the lightning strike though. Alright, Pirate's Prize. Have we played a land this turn? I cannot recall. We're going to keep that one and hope for Pirate's Pillage. There it is. Okay. We have not played a land this turn. We have won this game almost guaranteed. Tap for red. Discarding doesn't really matter. 1,000-Year Storm. We don't need you again. You're good. You're done. You've done your job. 2, 4, 6, 8. This game is over. Boom. Boom. Face. All face. We're not even going to mess with creatures this time. Face. Face. That was 5 of those. And we'll just do shock. It's a little easier to tap the mana for it. Resolve. 2, 3. Okay. He didn't want to go through the motions. That's fine. We did what we needed to do. We just need to present lethal. Alright. We are 2 and 2. We won a card. Bone to Ash. One of my favorite arts that came out of M11, I think. This is an old card that was reprinted. It's, well, not old, but it's from several years ago, and I really wanted the card to be good. If you think about it, counter draw for 2 blue is a little bit of an easier copy of one of the most common sides of Cryptic Command. That old broken ass should have never been printed spell. But the Cryptic Command's options on it were just too good. The triple blue was absolutely necessary. In fact, that thing could have cost 4 blue mana and still been run in many decks that were not mono blue. Cybe Shadow. This is a great hand. We've got early interaction. We've got all of our colors. We've got 1,000-Year Storm. Worst case scenario, this guy is Teferi playing a Teferi deck. He did mold a 6. It is green-black so far. Izzet Guildgate is the only one in this deck that comes into play tapped guaranteed. However, Steam Vents will also come into play tapped, because I don't feel the need to hold open 2 mana. I'm guessing no creatures. I'm confused. Alright, we can actually keep a Tormenting Voice here. We've got 2 extra lands. However, I'm going to go ahead and use a Warlord's Fury. Okay, good. I'm glad I did that, because we'll go ahead and cast that this turn. And then put a stop on my upkeep. Stop on my upkeep to go ahead and make sure that our draw is correct. Is this a Golgari mid-range? Because the slower his deck is, the more likely mine is to win. Goodness. Okay, what you got? Land, hopefully? I'll take a land. Alright, now we gotta click draw. And then we gotta click main. We'll play the land. We will pass the turn. We'll put a stop on our upkeep. What in the world is this guy doing? Alright. Don't care for that. Still want to land. That's a land. Now we no longer need them. Oh wait, sorry. Main. Keep forgetting that. Next. I think the ideal thing that we want him to do right now would be to waste a removal spell on this treasure map or to tap out. That's close enough. Pass. My turn. So I think 1,000-Year Storm is the play here. Let's see what we're drawing. We're going to be able to cast 1,000-Year Storm regardless. Don't want that. Yeah, let's do this. If he removes it, he removes it. We're not under any pressure right now. If he has a removal spell, I can, if it's end of turn removal, I can copy it and kill his Twilight Prophet. Generally, Assassin's Trophy is the only one that I'm really too worried about. Actually, spells that I've cast this turn. Yeah, I would have to cast a Crash Through now and then double shock that. We're not gonna... Or do we? I think we do. Red. Oh, sorry. That was dumb. I just wasted the mana. Damn it. Oh, damn you. Oh, damn you. Oh, dumbass. I'm dumb. Yeah, we'll take the action. I fucking might have just thrown away this entire... And I just failed to search for a card. I clicked on it and nothing happened. Oh, wow. Oh, I love this game. Oh, man. That's so irritating. So what we're going to do... We're going to play Sulfur Falls. We're going to whack this dude for 4. And then make me draw 4. I cannot believe how bad we screwed up that last turn. Didn't draw what we needed. I'm not surprised. Huh. Don't need the mana. Crash through. Okay. End of turn, pitching Mountain. 39 cards. We have seen one of our things that we need. What, you been holding all your little creatures, or did you just draw that way too late in the game for it to be good? We had a Pirate's Pillage, and we were going to discard a Mountain to do so. Are you going to counterspell? Okay, 1,000-Year Storm. What are the odds he has another one in his hand? Probably about 150%. So, gotta do it. Alright. Trophy? No trophy. Okay. If we untap, I feel like we've got this in hand. Path of Discovery. If we untap a 1,000-Year Storm, I feel like we've got this in hand. Pass, attack for 1, you get in for 1. Alright. I think we got this one, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, Tormenting Voice. We're going to discard Steam Vents. We're going to draw 2 cards. We're going to crash through for 1 red mana. We are going to draw 2 cards. I don't know that Pirate's Pillage is going to be necessary, but we are going to anyway. We are going to draw 6 cards. And get 6 mana. And now we show him the win. But we're going to do it with shock. Watch this too, just for added good measure. If he doesn't scoop, 2, 3, 4, kill him. So he can watch the Pelt Collector die. Yeah, he didn't want to see the Pelt Collector die. I don't blame him. Pelt Collector's a good guy. He didn't do nothing wrong. He attacked me for 1, so he had to die. That's really all it is. I have nothing against the Pelt Collector. If any of you out there are indeed Pelt Collectors, I probably wouldn't like you, but in the midst of this game, I think collecting pelts is totally fine. We gotta get 1 more win! If we get 1 more win, I will be happy. Actually, if we lose, I don't even really care that much, because it will have cost me 100 gold to play in this, essentially, because we're getting 400 back if we lose. Zeus MC versus Dread BC. Unless his name is supposed to be pronounced Zeusmic, in which case I don't get it. He has got the wonderful Sarkhan, which, speaking of Chippy, Chippy is the one who did the art for Sarkhan the Mad, And it is one of my favorite Planeswalker arts. Very intricate details if you get to see a high-res version of it. Okay. Okay, our opponent has decided to keep his 7. We will play this tapped and make him think we're on Drakes. Blue-black. Oh dear. They run counter spells. We've got lands. We've got time. Okay, search for Escanta does not bother me. Next turn will likely be a disinformation campaign. Okay. Here's the problem. We run 4 lightning strikes and 4 shocks. 4 lightning strikes is 12, 4 shocks is 8 total damage. If we were to just go face, yeah, Thief of Sanity does not connect. If we were to go straight to face with all of our spells, we would have to use all 4 lightning strikes and all 4 shocks to face to do 20 damage. Okay, he decided to bend the Chemister's Insight. There's the disinformation campaign we saw coming. Do we discard the land that we need? I think we do. The reason being, I do want to keep an extra copy of our Storm in hand. We're going to discard a land. And we're going to draw a land this turn. That's a land, see? Because here's what we do. Pirate's Prize, draw 2, there's our lands. See? That's why we discard land. And that's why we are so good at this game. Now what we have to do is hope he... Ooh, he bent a Karn? He must have another one in hand. Thought Erasure. Okay. And that is why we hold 2,000 Year Storms, ladies and gentlemen. Because one is about to go bye-bye. And he's about to hold up and counter magic for it, I bet. This is going to be a very difficult one to win. He can play Disinformation Campaign now, getting rid of a mountain. If he doesn't, we can just assume he's got a counterspell in hand. So, Warlord's Fury now. Okay. Let's just get the counterspell out of hand. Okay, Syncopate. That's fine. We knew it was coming. I mean, we're playing blue-black control. This is a grind that, I mean, all they have to do is hold open mana and you're screwed, no matter what. If you don't play your cards, you don't win. If you do play your cards, the odds of winning goes down. Okay, well that's a good start. Let's dig a little bit. Counterspell. Okay. If he makes us discard this lightning strike, odds are we have no recourse. Oh, he's gonna, yeah. We're gonna have to discard this turn. He's just gonna bury us in card advantage. He's always gonna have a counterspell, and there's literally nothing that can be done. I think it might be worth putting Spell Pierces in this deck. Oh, this Reborn doesn't scare me. At the end of the day, it can get him back a Karn. Cast through. Island. Go. Yep, that was our one turn to resolve it. But he knew he had it. He would have never tapped out at all. No. In response, take 3 to your damn face. Okay. We're gonna make him play this out. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind at all that he's going to win this game. But he is going to earn this win. Okay, Escanta. If he shows me a counterspell, I'm just going to call it. I thought Escanta you had to show what you were finding. Did he not find anything? Okay. Well, it's not attacking this turn. Okay. Blink of an eye. That's good enough. It'll return it back to our hand. We're done. We're done. Control is the worst for this deck by far. That's the downside of running decks that have one win condition. Is in a format that is so control heavy. And what's funny is we actually have a somewhat balanced format. There's a lot of aggro, there's a lot of control, there's a bit of mid-range. So it's like a weird double curve. There's high on the low end, low in the middle, and then high on the high end as far as control versus mid-range versus, you know, dirt cheap spells goes. I feel like this deck could do better. I still need to tweak it a little bit to try and figure out how to beat control. I think maybe if we were not doing best of ones and there was a sideboard, I could probably bring in ways to make it better. Like, I mean, heck, it might even be worth putting in a Niv Mizzet or two. That might be the way to win it. That's a great way to fire out against a control deck. But okay. We'll have to tinker with that. Oh, wow, we got a mythic over here. So let's go right to left. Thorn Elemental. I have him in a deck as we speak. I'm working on ways to make it better. Steel Leaf Champion, which I need 2 more of. I'm happy with that. And finally, the mythic is Jaya Ballard. First one of these. I have not actually pulled a Jaya Ballard. In fact, this is the one Planeswalker. Sorry, one of 2, 3 Planeswalkers. I don't have either of the Vraskas. Oh, and I'm missing a Liliana too, I think. Yep. So, okay. 100 gold it cost us to get a Steel Leaf Champion, a Jaya Ballard, and one of my old favorite creatures, the Thorn Elemental. He used to be a rare, and he used to be damn good, but he's sort of fallen to the wayside now. He dies to so many spells. But if he had hexproof, if this guy had hexproof, he would be absurd, even without trample, because he doesn't need trample. But I'm kind of working on a deck to buff the living shite out of him and then attack. I think it would be great to run just mono green, tons of forests, Blanch Ward armor, get this into play, somehow give him hexproof, and then just attack. And regardless of how many people they can, or how many things they can block with, it's just going straight to face every time. But I have this weird, odd feeling in my head that that deck would lose to aggro. So yeah, we're brewing. We're always brewing. I don't like to play the same thing way too much. I feel like I might have played too much Storm today, which is why I started to go downhill. But I did get a pack, so let's see what we... Okay, our 19th Venerated Loxodon. Normally would be really happy to see this, except I do have 4. So honestly, the best thing that I pulled out of here is a common wild card. So that was it. That was our constructed match. Storm is okay. I would not say to completely discount it permanently. I just think that I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit for the control matchups. And I think, like I said, that Niv Mizzet might be the way to go. In fact, maybe even Niv Mizzet instead of treasure maps. They did help, though. They are one of the few ways to get ramp or mana advantage in this deck. We'll see. That is for another video. For now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one short. It went on for almost 45 minutes. Not bad, not bad. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer than that, but that was probably because I thought we would win more. So 4-3 was our record. Maybe next time we'll do better. Everybody, I hope you have better luck than I did. If you decide to build the deck and you have any kind of changes that you've made that turn out to do good things, by all means, let me know. And I will do my best to keep up with any comments that are left. It's not like many are left right now. You guys don't talk to me, so I'm not that crazy. I'm not going to worry about it. Take care, good luck, and I wish you all the best.